Beloved son, I know you have been walking tired, confused, and with a heavy heart. I know that the journey you began when you said yes to my calling did not bring the immediate peace you expected. You found yourself facing intense battles, painful losses, and at times, a deep silence that seemed to consume you. What you've been going through hasn't been easy. The difficulties have increased, and perhaps with fear, you wonder if you made the right decision. But I want to speak to you now, clearly, directly, and full of love, so that you understand the fire you're facing is not meant to destroy you. The fire is not a sign of punishment, but of a divine process of transformation, healing, and preparation. The fire, my beloved son, is the path I have chosen to reveal what is hidden in your heart and to strengthen you in ways you never imagined. What appears to be pain is actually the crucible preparing your life for something far greater and more glorious. You looked to the future, heard my call, and believed that by following me, everything would resolve and peace would arrive instantly. Yet you found yourself in the middle of a storm, and the peace you longed for did not come as you expected. But son, understand this, peace is not the absence of battles, but the presence of unshakable trust in me, even in the midst of war. What you're experiencing is not a failure in my plan, but the fulfillment of a promise so great that it requires the preparation of your life. What's happening is not a mistake nor a punishment. On the contrary, it is confirmation of what I declared over you before you were even born. You are my chosen one. And to walk in the fullness of that calling, your life must be purified, refined, and prepared to carry the weight of the authority I'm entrusting to you. Let me explain more deeply what is happening right now. The fire is not burning to destroy, but to purify and transform. I, the Lord, am using this process to reveal who you truly are. Adversity has brought to light the roots of your being, what was hidden within you. This is not a fire that burns to snuff you out, but a fire that consumes impurities so that the true essence I placed in you can rise to the surface. What seemed like an end is actually the beginning of something new. Right now I am shaping you so that when your mission is fulfilled, you can walk in authority without depending on applause or the visibility of the world. What the world calls failure, I see as preparation for victory. Fire reveals what was sown, purifies motivations, and separates the voice of the soul from the noise of the world. Many times you felt lost among the sounds the world imposes, but now, amid the fire, you are learning to listen to the only voice that matters, my voice. I am forging in you the ability to discern my direction and the wisdom to walk in obedience. Don't be deceived, son. The fire's purpose is to purify what is genuine and to remove everything from you that cannot be carried into the next season of your life. Believe me, nothing is wasted in my process. Nothing you've lived has been random or without purpose. Every silence, every closed door, every disappointment has been part of a holy design destined to shape your testimony and prepare you for the great mission I am entrusting to you. It's important that you understand fire is not a sign of weakness, but of strengthening. I am not demanding perfection from you, only perseverance. True power does not come from human perfection, but from faithfulness, remaining in me even when everything around you seems to fall apart. The world teaches that strength is never failing, but I teach you that true strength is standing, even when you feel you have no more strength left. Don't despair in moments of weakness. In those moments, I am more present than ever. I don't call you to be perfect in the eyes of the world, but to be faithful and obedient to my will. It is in that place of surrender and total dependence on me that you will experience true power, a power that doesn't depend on human recognition, but on my living presence in you. So my son, do not be distressed when things don't go as you planned. I'm not interested in your performance. What I seek is your closeness. Don't give in to discouragement when things don't move at your pace. What truly matters is that you remain in me, trust me, and allow yourself to be shaped by the fire. I am restoring your identity, bringing clarity to your direction, and giving you a peace that is not a future reward, but a gift you can experience now in the midst of the journey. The peace you long for is not something I will give later. It is a present reality for those who walk with me. Don't wait for your circumstances to change to have peace. Peace comes now as you walk with me. Nothing has been random, son. Not the silence, not the closed doors, not the disappointments. Every one of those experiences is part of a perfect plan, a plan that has not been frustrated but is being fulfilled. Every hardship, every battle, every tear has an eternal purpose. My calling over your life is irrevocable and will not be thwarted. What you are living now is the crucible preparing you for the fullness of what is reserved for you. My purpose for you is eternal, and it will not be cancelled by anything or anyone. Finally, I want to remind you, the fire is not the end, it is the beginning of something new. What you are going through now is the seal of a new commission. Not only have I restored your life, but I'm entrusting you with a new mission, one that you could not fulfill without having gone through this process of transformation. The fire equipped you, the trials you faced strengthened you, and now you are ready to walk with authority, with wisdom, and with a peace that surpasses all understanding. You have been molded and prepared to carry my truth to a world that desperately needs it. The fire you faced did not destroy you. It purified you, strengthened you, and prepared you for the great mission you are now ready to fulfill. Therefore, beloved son, do not fear the fire. It was never meant to destroy you, but to prepare you. I am with you in every step of this journey, and I will not abandon you. What you lived through was not in vain. Every tear, every pain, every battle had a purpose. Now you are ready to live what I have prepared for you, to carry my authority and be a testimony of my power and my faithfulness. The fire is not the end. It is the beginning of a new era in your life. Go forward with confidence, for I am with you. And now you have the strength, the wisdom, and the peace necessary to fulfill what I have entrusted to you, my son. And so, my son, now that the fire has done its work, I draw you near, not only to comfort you, but to reveal what comes next. You have been through much, and yet you remain. That alone is a testimony that heaven has taken note of. The endurance of your spirit, even when your hands were trembling and your faith was barely a whisper, is the very evidence that my spirit never left you. Now I open your eyes to see not only where you have been, but where I am taking you. I am placing before you doors that cannot be opened by strength alone. These are not doors of opportunity as the world defines them, but doors of divine access. They lead to places where strategies will fail, but surrender will prevail, where crowds will not follow, but heaven will support. You will walk through them, not because of who you are in human terms, but because of who I have become in you. In the days ahead, you will begin to notice a sharpening of your inner hearing. Conversations will not be the same. The ordinary chatter of the world will feel hollow because your spirit has been tuned to a different frequency. This is not isolation, it is consecration. You are being set apart for something that few understand, but many will benefit from. You carry within you now a word that did not come cheaply. It was born in anguish, tested by delay, and matured in hiddenness. You may still feel unsure. That is not disobedience, it is the honest trembling of a soul aware of the weight it carries. I do not condemn your hesitation. I draw near to it. I whisper my strength into your fragile places and remind you that I never called you because you were ready. I called you so I could make you ready. Every question you carry is an invitation for intimacy, not a mark of rebellion. I want you to understand that leadership in my kingdom is not about rising, it is about laying down. You will be asked to carry burdens that others avoid, to enter rooms that are filled not with honor, but with need. You will become a shelter for the broken, a resting place for the weary, not because you have mastered every answer, but because you have walked every valley they now face. Compassion will flow from your life like oil because it was pressed out of you in the silence. Many will approach you not for what you say, but for the atmosphere you carry. My presence will linger upon you, not as a garment you wear for performance, but as a fragrance that comes from deep communion. You will not need to persuade with eloquence. Your life will speak. What I have cultivated in the secret place will now begin to pour into the open, but it will not exalt you, it will glorify me. Be careful, son, not to chase what I have not assigned. The hunger to be useful is holy, but the ambition to be seen can corrupt what I've refined. You are not called to build a platform, but to carry a presence. The platform will crumble under pressure, but my presence will sustain you in every season. Do not trade intimacy for influence. Influence without intimacy is noise, but intimacy births a sound that penetrates strongholds. You must guard your heart now more than ever, not only from sin but from distraction. The greatest threat in this next season will not be failure, but diversion. Good things will arise to pull you away from the best things. Opportunities will present themselves as open doors, but not every open door is from me. Learn to pause before you proceed. Let peace, not popularity, guide your steps. There will be moments when you feel the weight of this call more heavily than others. Do not interpret that weight as a sign that something is wrong. It is the gravity of glory. Just as the Ark of my covenant could not be carried casually, so too this assignment must be held with reverence. Learn to come apart often, not because you are failing, but because you must be refilled. You cannot give what you do not receive. I am increasing your capacity, not for fame, but for depth. You are being stretched not to be seen, but to contain more of me. The more I entrust to you, the more you must learn to return to me for alignment. Pride will whisper that you can carry this alone, but humility will protect the oil I've placed upon your life. Stay low, my son. There is safety in the shadow of surrender. In this next chapter, your words will carry a weight they did not have before. This is not merely the result of experience, it is the fruit of endurance. When you speak, it will not be to impress, but to impart. Chains will fall not because of your talent, but because of the authority that suffering has carved into your voice. You will not preach from theory, but from testimony. And testimony has power that doctrine alone cannot replicate. I will begin to bring people into your life who mirror the pain you once carried. You will recognize them not by their appearance, but by the ache in their voice. Do not rush to fix them. Sit with them, weep with them. Reveal not just my truth, but my tenderness. The healing you now carry is not transactional. It is relational. You are not a solution. You are a vessel through whom my spirit flows. Prepare to walk through seasons of contradiction. Outwardly, it may look like little is happening, but inwardly I will be building foundations that no eye can see. Trust what I'm doing beneath the surface. I do not build hastily. What I'm forming in you is meant to last beyond your lifetime. This is legacy work, not temporary success. Let patience do its perfect work. You will learn the beauty of obscurity. Not all victories are visible. Some of the most powerful things I will do through you will have no applause, no recognition, and no confirmation from others. Do not let the silence make you doubt the significance. Heaven moves in ways the earth does not always recognize. Be faithful even when no one sees. You're entering a season of divine appointments, but be prepared. They may come dressed in inconvenience. The people I will assign to you will not always fit your preferences. Some will come with attitudes shaped by trauma, others with questions that unsettle your peace. But I'm sending them to you as assignments, not interruptions. Treat them with the honor that I showed you in your lowest place. There will also be people I remove. Not every departure is a loss. Some exits are necessary for the fulfillment of what I've placed in you. Grieve when needed, but don't cling to what I've unlinked. I prune not to punish, but to increase fruitfulness. Trust my hand even in subtraction. It is always working for multiplication. I will begin to awaken dormant gifts in you, things you had forgotten, buried dreams, abandoned skills, silenced desires. Will begin to rise again, not to distract you, but to equip you. What was once set aside will now be sanctified. I'm not just using the fire to remove, I'm also using it to ignite. The wind of my spirit is blowing on the coals of your purpose. There will be fresh clarity in your decision-making. Where you once hesitated, you will now move with confidence. This is not arrogance, it is agreement. You are beginning to walk in step with me, no longer questioning every move, but trusting my voice within you. This is the maturity I've been cultivating, a confidence that comes from communion. Your rest will be different now. It will no longer be a collapse from exhaustion, but a rhythm of replenishment. You are learning to operate from rest, not towards it. This shift will protect you from burnout and enable you to go further without breaking. Rest is not laziness, it is warfare. In rest you declare that I am the one sustaining your assignment. I am increasing your sensitivity not just to my spirit, but to the unseen battles around you. You will begin to discern atmospheres and carry authority to shift them. Your presence will change rooms, not because of charisma, but because of consecration. Demonic oppression will retreat where you stand, not because you shout, but because you abide.